Hello and welcome to Paraguay. Yes, Paraguay. My 54th country. Dang, sorry. I've gotten some bad mosquito bites. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm in Paraguay, my 54th country. I'm currently in the capital called Asuncion. Now, Paraguay is a country I know very little about. I know very few people that have been here. A lot of backpackers usually skip this country, so I figured I have to go to check why people skip it or if people shouldn't skip it. It's a landlocked country, so it doesn't have a coastline, so that is probably one of the reasons why a lot of people can't stop scratching. Okay, focus. That is probably a lot of the reason, or one of the big reasons why people don't really come here. But I'll be here for 4 nights, and yeah, I'm excited to see what this city is all about. Now, I read somewhere that Paraguay is, or I've heard from several that Paraguay is one of the cheapest countries, like, I don't know if I can say in the world, but it said in 2024, Asuncion was rated as, like, some sources say the cheapest, others say one of the cheapest capitals in the world. So it's definitely cheap. And because of that, I'm gonna give myself a little challenge. So yesterday I went out with some people that I met at the hostel for dinner, and I paid by card and they gave me back in cash. So now I have 100,000 bill. This is the one. It's 100,000 Guaranis, which is the local currency, and also the name of the second official language in this country, in addition to Spanish. So that is what I'm gonna try to spend. That is gonna be my budget for today, and it does also include my accommodation, and I'm gonna get back to that later. But first, it's time to get water and breakfast. I went to a supermarket to get water and also to split the bill. It's not a lot of money, but I still feel like here they would prefer smaller bills. And the 1 liter bottle of water that I bought at the supermarket was 40 cents or 4 Norwegian kroners. So a funny thing happened when I walked out the supermarket. I was making my little video here, and this woman approached me and asked if I was making content, and I guess I am. So she asked me to come and shoot a little video of her arts. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here we have the stand, and now I'll give the word to this cute salesperson.
Hello, everybody. My name is Elena. I will present my enterprise. Mi nombre es Elena y voy a presentar un poco lo que es mi emprendimiento. Nosotros somos un emprendimiento de madre e hija que se llama Gitana. Estamos en la ciudad de Asunción, de Paraguay. Ahora mismo estamos en la Plaza de la Democracia. Estamos haciendo una feria y todo lo que hacemos es de manera manual. Todo lo que nosotros creamos es con amor y con mucha pasión hacia las manualidades. Así que si por ahí están por Asunción, pasen, conózcanos. Muchísimas gracias por la oportunidad.
Now, that was the first time that I've ever been sort of like approached as an influencer. It was weird, but also, I mean, I enjoyed it, you know? So if you're ever in Paraguay, Asuncion, which I think you should, because so far I think it's a very interesting country, I would definitely recommend you to head to Plaza de la Democracia and check out their stand, and maybe also buy something because it's cute and handmade. Also, I feel I should add that I've been told and I've read that this is a fairly safe city for tourists during the day, but after dark, it gets scary. They also, or I've also read to look or to not look rich and not to bring too many like expensive things around. So in my efforts to not look rich, I'm wearing this gray sweater that I always wear, black pants and sandals. It is also why I'm using this as my microphone and not my actual microphone set. I'm also filming on my phone and not the camera. In efforts to, I could have maybe taken off my rings, but I forgot. So these are my efforts to not look rich, but it probably doesn't help me that I very much look like a European person. Can you see that? Look at how cute. They have lemon trees or oranges. Cute. All right, we have arrived at the Independence Square. Now let's take a look at what it looks like behind the fence. Here we go, entering. It's cute. It's green. Doesn't really seem like there's a lot happening. A little statue. Yeah, let's move closer. Here we go. This is the Legislative Palace of the Republic of Paraguay. So I've now found a place to sit down for lunch. It's right next to the road, but I hope it's okay. So this restaurant I was recommended by the ladies from the shop. So they said it has one of the best foods in town, so I'm hoping they're right, and I would assume they're right. So I'll show you what I got. So this is a soup. It's called vore. It's made from corn, and it's got chicken, and it's got like some cheese and some balls made out of corn flour. And then there's this bread is called chipa, which is also a cheese-induced bread, if you can call it that. So this meal was 41,000, which equates to about $5.52 Norwegian kroners. And then I also got a basket of bread. So let's have a taste. Starting off with this bread, which is 6,000. It's good. Tastes like cheese. I was communicating with the guy who works here. Tastes like cheese, as you would expect. A little dry, but it's decent. And then we'll try the soup. Try this little ball of corn. This is very good. Yeah, I like it. It's actually very good. Yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised. I shouldn't be surprised because I was recommended this place by locals. So obviously it's gonna be good. Yeah, I would actually rate it like a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. I'm very... These corn balls, they're good. They're fun to eat. Very good. Solid meal. I'll put my phone down and enjoy it now. Wow, that was actually a really good meal. I'm very happy with my recommendation from my new friends. And I'm super full, but I'm still gonna walk over to the Asuncion Cathedral. It was built, or it was finished in 1845, the one that stands now, but there have been several churches or cathedrals built here previously, but they've all like been torn down or like just fallen apart because the material that was built or that was used to build them was very weak, so it's fallen apart. But the one that's here now has been standing since 1845, and it's presumably built in wood and bricks. Alright, so I just bought another bottle of water. This one was 4,000, which is about 5 kroners or 50 cents. So I'm now at 48,400. So I still have a little more than half left. And I'm now gonna walk back to the hostel and pay for the night. And then we'll see. This is the entrance coming into the hostel. It looks actually very nice, and the backyard was peaceful. People were hanging out and playing games. Now we're going into the dorm, my $3 a night dorm, and it was an absolute mess. Like, there were so many people in there. I don't even know, like 16 people, sometimes even more. This is my bed. Yes, very nice. I was hiding it behind my blanket, and I slept obviously with the blanket in front too. Not a lot of space, but you know. Alright, so that was the hostel, and I also paid, and it's 25,000 25,000 Guaranis per night, which is like $3.31 kroners, and I have 26,700 left for the rest. So dinner. Honestly, like, it's been a couple hours since I had lunch and I'm super full still, so I'm probably not gonna need a big meal anyway. So probably I'll make it with my 100,000 Guaranis, which is, yes, you remembered correct, 12.50 or 127 Norwegian kroners. And I'm now gonna have a walk around. There's a market, like a huge market. It's called Mercado 4, Market 4. I'm gonna walk over there, but I have been told that it's not very safe, or it's not necessarily unsafe, but there's a lot of like robbery. So I switched my bag out with my fanny pack. Well, the fanny pack that I inherited from my grandfather. So I have only like the most essential things, and I'm gonna walk over there and I'll see what they have, if they have something interesting. And we'll see if I film something. If not, I'll do a review after. I changed my mind about the market because of the time. Because it's now 4:10, and so it takes half an hour to walk there. And by the time I get there and spend some time, it's gonna be dark at like 6:30. So that doesn't leave me a lot of time, because I have to be back at the hostel before dark, because I can't be outside after dark because it's dangerous. So I'm just gonna walk around, but I want to say I find it very interesting because this is the capital city of this country. And when I walk around, this feels a lot more like a suburban neighborhood than a capital city. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find a park and sit down and read my book. So, as I sat down on this cute little bench, I realized that when I switched from my bag to my fanny pack, I also left my book. So there's no market and there's no book. Yep. So I guess I'll just sit here for a little bit. And I mean, I have an audiobook. I could always listen to that. Okay, so audiobook and sit in the park for a little bit and then walk back to the hostel, see if there is an interesting person to talk to, or maybe just walk around some more. I usually, when I travel, I really enjoy just walking around, like just walking around the neighborhoods and seeing the area without really having a plan. So I might also just do that. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, it's now dark, and I sort of said that I wouldn't go out after dark, but I have my new Peruvian friend with me, so it should be fine. So we're gonna go find some dinner. As I said earlier, I have about 26,000 left, so I'm about to see if I can find some dinner for that price. I'm not really that hungry, so I don't really need much, so I feel like I should be okay. All right, so we found this food truck, and I ordered something called Super Panchos. It costs 12,000, which equates to about $1.50, 15, 16 kroners. And yeah, so I, sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, so I made it well within my limit. So with that 12,000, that leaves me with 14,600, which means that I've spent 85,400 is what I spent out of that 100,000 Guaranis that I had set up for my budget for today, which equates, so 85,000 equates to about $10.70, which is about 108 Norwegian kroners, and that includes dinner, lunch, 3 liters of water, and a night in a hostel. Now let's try this Super Panchos. So this is what it looks like. It's basically a hot dog with a lot of stuff on it, and now let's have a little taste test. I don't know how to eat this thing. I mean, it tastes like a hot dog. And it is a hot dog. So it makes sense. I would probably rate it 6 out of 10. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope it's been interesting to see how much you can get in Asuncion, Paraguay for 100,000 Guaranis, equating to about $12.50 or 128 Norwegian kroners. It's definitely been fun for me to make this video, so I hope it's been fun for you to watch it. Yeah, till next time.